All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time since the Kavasseur did any reviewing at all, let alone a video review. About a year, I've been out in South Sudan working on some humanitarian work as a result of the civil war, the conflict there. But I'm glad to be back in the United States where one has access to mail. And if you have access to mail, you have access to Kava, Piper Methysticum. Today I'm going a little bit out of my comfort zone and trying a kind of off-brand from what we normally see on the internet, kavaforums.com to be exact. This is Wakacon, which means lateral roots, Fijian Waka. And as you all know, if you follow my blog, Fijian and Tongan kavas are some of my favorite. I really like their light taste. They're very mellow effects. And according to the acetonic tests, which I want to start incorporating into these reviews, this doesn't quite qualify as what's known as a noble kava. It's a 25 to 50% possible adulteration. But as you all know, I really don't care that much. I'm going to drink it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to hopefully pass out after I drink it. Because Fijian kavas do that. They're very mellow. According to some other people who've tried this stuff, they've had varied reactions to it. Some people thought it was a ripoff. Some people thought it was adulterated. Some people thought it was excellent. And I haven't really seen much about it in a couple years. So I bought this kind of just to try it out. Not expecting much, but you never know. It's always good to be surprised. One thing I have to say about this is the packaging really sucks. I don't appreciate, people sending me, kava vendors sending me stuff that comes in really, really cheap packaging like this. It even has some holes in it, so some of the kava's kind of flying out of it. But anyways, it's worth giving it a shot anyways. This is a 1 pound bag. It goes for about $30, $35. And I got some of their strainers too, just to try them out. They look kind of cool. Surprisingly, this has nice packaging, but the kava doesn't. If you're a kava vendor, try to put more effort into your packaging, maybe less effort into your packaging for your strainers. But it's a cool strainer. It has a string so you can tighten it. So yeah, I mean you could do some good kneading with this. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get my kava preparation station set up, and I'm gonna get back to you guys. All right. So once again, like I said before, I didn't really like that packaging that this Wakacon Fijian Kava was sent in, so I've transferred it into a Tupperware container. But just to give you a kind of look at it, it's nice, a nice kind of creamy, milky color, which we often associate with Fijian Kavas. Very powdery, not a lot of bark or thick, fibery stuff in here. So I'm gonna use my new strainer, which I've rinsed off. And I'm going to put in, I have about a little bit less than a liter of water, maybe 750 milliliters. I'm going to put in about 3 heaping tablespoons to 750 milliliters. Very powdery. It's kind of going through the sieve here a little bit. But there you go. That's about what I'm going to use for 750 milliliters. Maybe a little bit less than 750 milliliters. I like my coffee strong. So I'm going to go ahead and knead this, and then I'm going to get back to you. All right, so I've gotten to the end of the kneading process here. When you've finished kneading a kava, when you can't really feel the oil coming out of it anymore. When it starts getting kind of dry and fibrous, desiccated, if you will, you know that you've approached the end of your kneading needs. Get it? Kneading needs. It's good stuff, huh? That was a dad joke, which I am, by the way. I'm a father. I have a couple kids. All right, so sorry for that irrelevant comment. So yeah, you got this Wakacon Fijian Kava, lateral roots. Didn't quite test noble according to the acetonic test. But we're gonna give it a try anyways. I'm gonna drink a shell here, give you my taste impressions. Speaking of which, these days the microbrewery industry with beers has gotten really sophisticated in their language. I think we could take a note from the wine and beer industry and start talking about some of the complex flavors that underline different kavas. Fijian and Tongan kavas to me have always had the just really the nicest flavor. And some of the Hawaiian kavas, like some of the stuff I used to get from Hawaiian Kava Center, also had a really nice taste. Uh, I think we can all agree that we don't like the grassy, acidic. Maybe acidic's not the right word, but that really grassy, pungent kind of Chiefs jungle kind of stuff that can really do you in like a good 2 day, but doesn't really taste that good. And that might be for a reason. It might be a kind of an adaptational impulse that we have when we take something of that quality. But on the other hand, with these uh, really delicious Fijian and Tongan kavas, Hawaiian kavas, stuff from Vanuatu that's a little bit lighter, just actually really does taste good. And a lot of people find that hard to believe because kava is kind of known for being pond watery. So I'm going to try this Fijian out. Yeah, I mean, again, that's what I would expect from a Fijian. It's very smooth. There's absolutely no there's no impulse to like gag or to spit it out. It goes down really smoothly. It has a nice creamy texture to it. Really, really rich, low, nutty kind of flavor. Um, just excellent kind of cashewy. I use that word a lot, as you probably all know. All right, so I'm gonna let this sit in. I'm gonna finish this entire bowl. I'm gonna give it like 20 or 30 minutes because I've noticed the trend in Fijian and Tongan kavas that they typically take a little bit longer to kick in because they have much more subtle, sublime effects. And I'll get it back to you. For you, it'll seem like a second. For me, it'll seem like 20 minutes. All right, folks. Well, I can say a couple things here. The first is that I am very surprised at the quality of this Fijian kava from Wakacon. I can't remember the name right now. If you just rewind it a bit, you can see for yourself. The effects are very nice. It's actually been a while since I had kava because I've been working overseas, and the reverse tolerance obviously isn't preventing me from getting what I want out of this. I've been under a lot of stress lately, moving back from East Africa to West Africa, where my wife and kids are, back to California, preparing to move them. This is definitely, I can feel the nerves, I can feel the anxiety just kind of peeling off, just draining out as a result of having 4 or 5 shells of this Wakacon Kava. I'd say I'm really pleasantly surprised. I thought that I would get a poor result from a kind of an off-brand Amazon.com kind of kava. Although you can get Calm with Kava on Amazon.com, which is really what I think is a superior vendor now. Calm with Kava is excellent. So not to bash anybody who decides to use Amazon.com, I think it's a great place to buy kava. Anyway, so yeah, I'd say this is a very heady kava. It's a lot of it is like up here. The body's loose, but definitely it's heavy in the head. Obviously makes one want to search for the right words, as you can see from my rambling. So the body effect is great. The headiness is substantial. The flavor is good. It's cheap. It's fast. I got it on same day delivery. I needed something quick. I was out of kava. Nothing was waiting for me when I got back. So I was able to buy this, and I got a lot of it left. Look at that. It's like slightly less than a pound. So yeah, I would recommend this is a cheap kind of go to kava, bottom shelf. Certainly, it's not the presentation is very poor, but the product is quite good. It does taste like it's a bit not the um, freshest kava I've ever had. Um, all right, so as a public service announcement from Kavasseur, um, coming up soon, we're going to be having a lot of reviews. I'm building a new website, not to compete with Kava forums, not to be controversial, which I can be sometimes, but I just want to have a new website that's more interactive, more kind of photo centric, more participatory, not like a forum type participation, but kind of comments, submissions by other members, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be doing looking at the new Paradise Kava extracts, uh, which I was talking to Adel about from Paradise Kava a while back. I'm going to be doing a review of 3 different kavas from Cactus Kava, which I ordered today. I'm really excited to try those out, and I'm going to try a couple of the new kavas from Calm with Kava that I haven't tried out yet, and then hopefully get some Bula Kava House in there. Down the road, do some gourmet Hawaiian kava. I'm still a little bit curious about them. I've never tried their stuff. It gets great reviews, so I'll probably order a bag of the moi or moi or however you pronounce it. Apologies to speakers of Hawaiian language. All right, folks, that's it from the Kavasseur for now. Bula, I have a little bit left in here. Bula, ooh, dripping. That's right. That's right. That's what a Kavasseur loves. All right, guys. I'll see you in about a week. Peace.